The metaverse is a collection of unpredictable wild cards. It can be a trillion-dollar opportunity, but it can also be a complete failure. And in fact, valuing this social media giant is next to impossible. Stay tuned because, in today's video, we explain why we believe so. Welcome to the Millionaires Club, everybody. Here, we provide updated news and articles about financial markets and business strategies. So, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel and tap on the bell icon, so you'll be notified of all new videos here. Now, let's see what we're having for today. How much is Meta stock worth? It's impossible to say. When a company's future is at least somewhat predictable, standard valuation metrics such as the price to earnings, P/E, ratio as well as the price to free cash flow, P/FCF, ratio are useful. How much free cash flow can Procter & Gamble generate 10 years from now? Well, using the current value and also the historical growth rate, you could come up with a good estimate that will likely be in the ballpark. This does not apply to Meta Platforms, the company behind Facebook, Instagram, and the money pit known as the Metaverse. Since there are so many different possible outcomes, valuation measurements are absolutely useless. Investing in this company is a complete leap of faith. Looking at it the wrong way. If you checked out Meta stock last year, you might have been misled into thinking it was unbelievably cheap despite a $1 trillion valuation. In 2021, revenue increased 37% to $118 billion, and both free cash flow and net income were close to $39 billion. For a dominant business growing that quickly, a P/E ratio of 25 seems somehow pessimistic. Meta is made up of two parts. 1. The basic advertising business that monetizes the billions of users of its family of apps. 2. The Metaverse business, which is actually the company's moonshot. The bull scenario for Meta involves seeing the company as a stable, growing, and highly profitable advertising business with a wild card that has the potential to one day dwarf that advertising business. Even if Meta turns out to be nothing, you still have that advertising business. This seems the wrong way to look at the company. Meta should be viewed as two wild cards smashed together. As we've learned this year, the advertising business is not very stable, and it depends on the continued popularity of social media applications that are waning among younger users. According to a Pew Research Center study, less than 1/3 of American teenagers use Facebook. Instagram is, in fact, more popular, but it's been overtaken by TikTok and could have the same fate as Facebook. Acquisitions are probably not an option. Regulators would never allow Meta to snap up another app. That leaves the company with social media platforms that are likely past their prime, with the weight of having the consequences of some changes Apple made to privacy in iOS that lowers the effectiveness of ads on Meta's platforms. In the second quarter, Meta's revenue dropped by 1%, and net income plummeted by 36%. The company increased the number of ad impressions by 15%, however, the average price per ad plunged by 14%. Hurling more ads at users will only give them more reasons to leave the company's platforms. This approach will work until it doesn't. The advertising business may continue to be a cash machine for decades, or it can shrivel away as other social media apps rise in popularity. The Meta business carries even more uncertainty. McKinsey believes the Metaverse could produce $5 trillion in spending by 2030. In the best case scenario, the company could have a $1 trillion business on its hands. However, in the worst case scenario, which is far more likely, its Metaverse activities will cost tens of billions of dollars and achieve nothing meaningful. Should you buy Meta stock? You really have to buy the Metaverse story that Meta is attempting to tell to justify investing in the stock. If the Metaverse doesn't work out, you're left with aging social media apps and a business that's putting up more ads to prevent a sharp decline in revenue. That's actually not a recipe for long-term success. It sure seems cheap, as its market cap has fallen to nearly $350 billion. However, the best days for the advertising business are likely in the past, and the Metaverse business seems more like a boondoggle. Alright, that's all for today. Please, never hesitate to subscribe to our channel and like this video because your support means a lot to us, and it will give us the strength to prepare many more videos. And now, what do you think of the Meta stock? Make sure to share what you know in the comment section below.